On today's Into Your Head, episode 656 for Saturday, what happens when beverages wear clothes? What happens when nail scissors get bent? What happens when brains get tattooed? What happens when piss gets mispronounced? What happens when people enquire about the history of popsicle sticks on the internet? What happens when brain surgeons go mad? And lots more. Hello. Two chopped onions, 15 ounces of boiled chicken, half a slab of butter, couple of slices of bread, a couple of spoonfuls of cheese, a bit of salt and pepper, some seasoning, what else? A couple of slices of tomato, a bit of lettuce, a few scallions maybe, some sweet corn, some milk, a pot of tea bags, bucket of tea bags, wherever they come in. I don't buy tea bags, I'm out of touch with this today. They come in bags and boxes, I think. Take some of them, take 3 bay leaves, take a week's supply of toilet paper, and put them all into your basket and go up to the checkout and pay for them, and then put them in bags and then go home.
Into your head.
Monkey nuts, that's what they call them. They call them big steaming, shit-eating, piss-pouring, piss-pronouncing. Can you pronounce piss? You probably can. In fact, I think I just did. I pronounced piss. I pronounced it piss. There aren't really that many options when you think about it for pronouncing piss. It's either piss or it's pice, which is wrong. For pice, it would be P-I-C-E. I suppose you could pronounce it piz-s. But that wouldn't make any sense. A lot of these things, they don't make any sense whatsoever in any way, shape or form, in any ecto-one-one-kun-kun. Things don't make sense in any ecto-one-one-kun-kun. See, there you go, there's an example. Something that doesn't make any sense. I made an example, so never let it be said that I don't give illustrations of what I'm talking about to help you, the humble and ignorant listener, to understand me better. Now, whether they work or not, I don't know. That's another thing. But I do try my best to give illustrated examples. If this was a blog, I'd probably draw it for you. I draw it in your mind's eye instead. I draw it. I got a compass and put a pencil on it, and I stab you in the eye, metaphorically with it, and draw it onto your eyeball. That's the best I can do. I can't do any better than that. I can't scratch it onto your brain. I'm not qualified to do brain surgery. I don't think even brain surgeons can scratch things onto your brain in order to illustrate them better for you. There's no such thing yet as a tattoo of the mind. It hasn't been invented yet. So even brain surgeons and rocket scientists can't do that sort of thing yet. You may get all excited about your brain surgeons and their rocket scientists and all how clever they are, but they have their limits. They have the same limitations as us. Just as I can't fly, a rocket scientist can't fly either, nor can a brain surgeon. Professor Stephen Hawking doesn't fly, although I did notice a picture of him recently on the NASA website or somewhere, in an oxygen-free, a gravity-free room, technically flying, if you want to call it that, and looking very happy about it. Well, he was wearing his usual non-changing expression. I assume he was happy about it. Either that or he was miserable and thinking, how the fuck do I get out of here? These cunts think I'm enjoying this. Anyway, we've a lot to get on with today. Items that need to be attended to, issues that need to be addressed, topics. topics. We've got lots and lots of topics. We're positively booming to the seams with topics. We've got topics coming out of this bent nail scissors. I'm not sure though it's supposed to be bent. I don't think so, although maybe it is. But when I first owned it wasn't bent. It's become bent. Although I must say I'd find it more useful when it's bent. It curves with the curve of my fingernails. I think it should have been designed that way, but it wasn't. So maybe the ones that are designed that way are more expensive, and I got a bargain by getting one that I accidentally self-bended into the correct shape. Isn't it absolutely fucking fantastic? Or is it? I don't know. Is it fantastic? If it's not, what are the alternatives? The alternatives is that it's very unfantastic, or that it's neither fantastic nor unfantastic, in which case it's just fine. So two of the options are good or neutral, and one of the options is bad. So that's a 66.66% chance that it's not bad, and those odds are pretty good to me as far as I can see. So I'm fine with that. Anyway, we've a lot to get on with today. Items that need to be attended to, issues that need to be addressed, topics. Topics. We've got lots and lots of topics. We're positively moving to the seams with topics. We've got topics coming out of this almost empty bottle of Diet Coke, caffeine free. Don't worry, I've been drinking caffeine all morning, so it's not a problem. I keep this bit of caffeine free, the dregs of a caffeine free bottle up here for whenever I want a sip or something. Say for example, if I want a sip of something at night, you don't want to be drinking caffeine at night, because you'll be up all night. And you'll feel shite in the morning. You'll be up all night, and you'll wake up shite, as they say. Let's make a song. I make a song out of that. You'll be up all night, and you'll wake up shite. Although later on you'll be feeling all right after you give your coffee a bite. And then you'll give everybody a fright. There we go. Unfortunately, I didn't memorise those words as I was making them up there, so I can't do a song from that. But never mind. Suffice to say, it's the creativity that matters, not the going ahead, not the exquisition of it, or the what's it called? The excavation of it. No, what's the word? You know what I mean. Anyway, suffice to say, hello and welcome to the show. Two brain surgeons walk into a bar. One of the brain surgeons goes straight up to the bar counter and is about to order when he gets distracted by a drunken lout sitting at the counter, being drunk and playing with his car keys and looking like he's about to cause trouble and wreck someone's life. And the brain surgeon says to him, here's your brain on alcohol. And he points at the man's face, and then he pokes one of his fingers up the man's left nostril and says, your brain on alcohol, it's right up here it is. And the man behind the bar says, now that's a bit much. You may be a brain surgeon, doesn't make you, nobody died and made you king of this county. You don't get to go around poking yourself into people's faces. Morally right or no morally right, you're not the frigging police. Leave that man alone. And the brain surgeon says, fair enough, but you have this on your conscience. This man, who now incidentally is bleeding profusely from his nose, and there's a brain surgeon here who could probably help him with that, but no, you've stripped me of all powers and told me to leave him alone, so I can't help him now. Let that be on your conscience. And the man behind the bar says, fair enough. This is an unusual story for a bar, I must say. Usually it's a couple of cats or dogs who come in here. It's not usually a brain surgeon, although it's a bit of variety, I suppose. And the brain surgeon says, that's true. Anyway, can I have a pint of your finest Guinness, please? And the man behind the bar says, I thought you were opposed to drink. And the surgeon says, I'd never said anything of the sort. I was just talking about this fella's brain, saying this is what his brain is like on alcohol. Wasn't talking about my brain, and maybe I like my brain to be like that for every now and then. I like to wind down every now and then. I deserve it. I work my arse off. I fix people's brains all day, every day. I come in here to have a pint of Guinness and unwind and relax. Not very successfully today, I must say. Before I even got to place my order, I had to poke my finger up this fella's nose. But no, all I get is, oh, you're a brain surgeon, stop lecturing people about their brains. If I can't lecture people about their brains, who can? Tell me that. Do you have to have some lecturer, some fellow who's a qualified lecturer who's never seen a brain in his life? Is that what you want? And the man behind the bar says, everybody's seen a brain. Well, technically they haven't seen a brain, but everyone has experience of having a brain. Even me, I have a brain. And the brain surgeon says, do you indeed? Aren't you great? What's going off? Why you boast? Everyone has a brain, then it doesn't make you special, so shut your face. And the barman says, fair enough. Do you want a packet of crisps with that? And the brain surgeon says, here is your brain on crisps. And he pokes a packet of crisps into the barman's mouth and chokes him to death with it. Stuffs it into his mouth until he suffocates. And the man behind the bar says, why the fuck did you do that? I'm going to die now. And the brain surgeon says, I have people's lives in my hands all day, every day. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't make the laws of nature. I think I might be going mad. Am I going mad? I think I might be. Would you mind calling in my colleagues and having them have a look at me? Maybe dial 999. No, you can't. You're dead. Will someone please call 999 and tell them the brain surgeon here, namely me, is going a bit mad, having some sort of a breakdown, and needs to be looked at by one of his peers. Straight away, the drunk fella dials 999 and says, hello, can I have a pepperoni special with wedges, please? And then he hangs up. And the brain surgeon says, you didn't even give them your fucking address, you stupid bastard. That's your brain on alcohol. And the barman says, well, at least I'm able to use a telephone. Oh, not the barman, because he's dead. The drunk fella at the bar says, yeah, well, at least I'm able to use a telephone. You're not. And the brain surgeon says, I suppose you have a point there. I'm feeling much better now, incidentally. So cancel that request for to be taken away to the loony bin. I'm okay now. I should know because I'm a brain surgeon. Now, I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking, oh. 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 You're thinking, oh, Christ. You're thinking, Christ. Christ on a popsicle stick. And then you're thinking, Christ. I wouldn't say no to a popsicle stick right now. What's a popsicle stick anyway? I'm not sure. Is it one of those things in the shape of a whistle? I don't think so. Hold on, let's have a look at this. Popsicle stick. Let's have a look at this on the internet. It's that thing you use in an ice pop. It's just those sticks that people make trains and houses out of. Sometimes they make an ice pop. You put you bite into it and scratches on your teeth, and it's like scraping your fingers down a freaking blackboard. I've got shivers through me right now just thinking about it, about biting down on the popsicle stick. Why the fuck would you want one of them inside the thing that you're eating that's supposed to taste nice? I don't know. Put something nice and round and smooth and plasticky in it. Last thing I want to do is bite down on a bit of frigging wood. Christ, it's the worst invention of the 21st century, or whatever century it was invented. When was popsicle sticks invented? Let's look it up. Apparently, according to the autocomplete, I'm not the first person ever to look at this. Oh no, they were looking for when popsicles were invented. I want to know when popsicle sticks were invented. Let's try that. Someone's asked it on Yahoo answers. Let's see if they got any answers. Where did popsicle sticks come from or originate? It's for a speech, so need it soon. Posted 5 years ago. Frozen juice bars have existed since the 19th century, but the popsicle was the first form of the product to be mass marketed. In 1905, 11-year-old Frank Epperson left a mixture of powdered soda and water out on the ice porch. Blah blah. I'm not giving out the details of what some 11-year-old did. That's a breach of privacy. Young people are entitled to have their privacy until they choose to give it up when they come of age. I'm not going to go, that's disgraceful. And then there's another answer, and it's pretty much the same. Frank Epperson invented the popsicle when he was 11. People are just copying and pasting this crap from somewhere just to get their Yahoo Answers rating up. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Go way out of that. There's more to life than making points by answering questions about popsicle. You didn't even answer it. You didn't even answer it. Would you go way out with that crap? Christ on a popsicle stick anyway. Where was I? I was saying, oh, you were thinking Christ on a popsicle stick, and then you were thinking, I wouldn't mind a popsicle stick right now. Well, I wouldn't mind a kick in the arse right now. It doesn't mean I want one. I wouldn't mind something. Be a bit more positive about it than that. If you really want something, you need to go for it more than just saying I wouldn't mind one. I wouldn't mind if Saddam Hussein came back to life right now and was beheaded again. That doesn't mean I'm going to be devastated if it doesn't happen. No. If you really want something, say you want it. Don't go saying me. You get the idea. Anyway, where are we? I think we're coming up to the first commercial break. The first and last commercial break of this episode. This is where we basically try to make money out of you. It's very important. This show is done on a semi-professional basis. I don't get up in the morning and go to some frigging office. I do this. So if you've any decency, you listen to the frigging advertisements and do what you're told to do during them. Anyway, on with the break. IntoYourHead.com.
Support the podcastual arts at no cost to you. Just click through the Amazon link at intoyourhead.com whenever you go shopping for anything, even if you use Amazon UK or Canada. We'll take your weird foreign money here. We're not proud. Just visit intoyourhead.com and click on the appropriate Amazon banner.
If you would like to comment on any of the issues raised in this program, email studio@intoyourhead.com. Remember, we value the opinions of you, the humble and ignorant listener.
Matchstick cats. Matchstick cats. Matchstick cats. Matchstick cats and stuff.
Are you a cat? Or do you know somebody who might be? Then tell yourself about Matchstick Cats, Neil's webcomic. Brand new episodes at intoyourhead.com.
Matchstick cats and stuff. IntoYourHead.com.
Boil 3 medium-sized potatoes in milk, and then take them out of the water and mash them up a bit and pour the milk onto them because you don't want to waste that. Add a little bit of butter for taste, remove the potatoes for taste, add some salt, mash it all up together, put in some drugs while you're at it. You might as well, if you presume that you've been taking them already if you're making this crap, and then put them into a cup and eat them with a spoon like a little baby, and sit watching your Judge Judy and your daytime television programs, and then collapse in a heap and go to bed and sit there for 2 hours trying to sleep, and then go downstairs and watch more TV, drink some milk, I don't know, inject yourself with heroin, This isn't a recommendation, incidentally. This is just filler. This is nothing more than filler. Although now that I think about it, it's dangerous filler. It could be harmful. It's encouraging people to take heroin. Heroin is the heroine of this story. Although it's not, because it didn't say that the character in it is getting any enjoyment out of the heroin. No. I don't even know what heroin is. Is it some kind of a drug that you smoke, or is it some kind of a drug that you put in a pill and you swallow it, or is it some kind of a drug that you inject into your brain, or you inject into your wherever you inject stuff? I don't know. Can you inject food into your arm like a drug? I wonder, because I'm surprised more people don't do that. We're all addicted to food. How come we don't inject it directly into our blood vessels if it's such an addiction? There's a question for you. What else was I going to say to you? Nothing much. As I say, this is just filler. 2 energy drinks walk into a bar. One of the energy drinks goes straight up to the bar counter and says, "Hello, can I have a pint of your finest Guinness, please?" And the man behind the bar says, "Is this some kind of a joke? What the fucking hell are you playing at? What are you playing at? Explain yourself immediately, or I'll come down upon you like a ton of bricks." And then that'll burst you. Your bottle will burst all over the place, and you'll be sprayed all over the pavement, like at the end of Taxi Driver, except where it's blood on the stairs instead of energy drink on the pavement. Well, that's a rough guide to what the situation will look like. And the energy drink says, "I'm just ordering a pint of fucking Guinness. What's your problem?" And the man behind the bar says, "My problem is that a bottle of energy drink is sitting in front of me or standing. I can't tell which. I don't know what the fuck is standing in front of me ordering a pint of Guinness." And the energy drink says, "Well, this is a bar, isn't it? You're the barman. You serve drinks." And the man behind the bar says, "Yes, indeed, I do. I suppose now that you put it that way, I suppose it seems more reasonable. But you seem to be a talking bottle of energy drink." And the energy drink says, "I'm not a talking bottle of energy drink. I'm a talking energy drink. I happen to be inside a bottle. Think of the bottle as my clothing. I'm not the bottle. I'm just inside the bottle. I'm the energy drink. That's why I sound a bit muffled. Maybe I'll take my cap off and you'll be able to hear me better." And the man behind the bar says, "I can hear you perfectly. That's not really the point. Sorry about that. I'm just not. I should probably be more open to new experiences. I just got a bit discombobulated when I saw an energy drink talking to me." And the energy drink says, "That's fine. I understand that very much. I get that a lot. It's understandable, although it gets a bit tiring after a while, to be perfectly honest." The barman says, I can imagine that. As can the listener who's listening to this. He or she is imagining that in his mind's eye." And the energy drink says, "Yes, indeed. That's the magic of radio, isn't it?" And the man behind the bar says, "Indeed it is, although not real radio. It's pretend internet radio. It's not like this is going out on 94.5 BBC Radio 4 FM radio." And the energy drink, whoever is next to speak, I forget which, says, True, although there's no need to be a fucking snob." And the other person says, "That's true as well. A lot of these FM things are just illegal pirates anyway. A great night is had by all." Hello, this is your Into Your Head junior announcer, former deceased Glenn Acton. R.I.P. The fella who brutally murdered me, a new arsehole. Anyway, I'm dead. I've been dead since around last April. I was never really alive. For new listeners, I was the fictional junior announcer on this program until last spring, when the host of this program announced that he had fictionally brutally murdered me in cold blood. He basically got a vat of cold blood and drowned me in it, which seems overkill if you ask me. Where did he get that blood from? For a star. Luckily, it was fictional. But if you wanted to drown someone in cold blood, would you get the blood from somewhere else so you could keep them alive and watch them drowning in it, or would you kill them and then drown them in their own blood when they're already dead? There's a question for you to ponder. I have to ponder on these things for the rest of eternity now, because I've nothing else to do, so you might as well have to think about it too. Anyway, Glenn Acton here, as I say, still here, still gone, but still here in the afterlife. This is the afterlife, this is what happens. You're born, you live, and then you get murdered, and then you do this. You pop up on podcasts every now and then. The same will be the true for you. You'll pop up at whatever you used to do when you were alive. You'll pop into the office and occasionally make a photocopy for no reason, or haunt the staff room. I don't know. Well, that's what I do now. I pop in here and do a junior announcer segment. So I might as well. Will I announce something? Have I anything to announce? Let's see. Not really, no. Nothing much to announce, except to say you're listening to Into Your Head podcast. Hello. Christ. I was just listening back there during the editing process to the early part of today's show, during which I discussed the possibilities for mispronouncing piss, and I mentioned that one of the possible mispronunciations was Pisce, and then I realised that sounds a bit like Pisces or Pisces, whatever way you say it. It's a holographic region of space by which people live their lives by reading bits in magazines about what's going to happen to them this month, based on when they were born, and I believe its symbol is a fish, with a symbol for the star sign Pisces or Pisces. Now that's entirely coincidental. I hadn't thought about that when I was thinking of mispronunciations for piss. But there you go, Pisces. Just goes to show how important it is to get pronunciations right, because that could have been serious if you're going up to someone saying, I need a Pisce, and they say, this isn't a frigging dating agency. It can't be serving you up a Pisce on demand. And you say, no, I need a Pisce. And they'll say, are you Russian? And you'll say, yes, I'm Russian for a Pisce. And they'll say, I don't know, I suggest you go into the bathroom for a while and take a little break, have a chill pill, maybe urinate. And you say, oh, that's great. And by happy coincidence, you get all your problems solved there. Anyway, suffice to say, that's that. That's another thing sorted out, another thing done and dusted, put to bed, another of life's little problems.
Follow Neil at twitter.com/intoyourheadpod and pretend to like him at facebook.com/intoyourheadpodcast.
Into your head.
intoyourheadpodcast.com.